This program is presented by University of Missouri Extension.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here again at the Riverside Regional Library. My name is Ann Knight, and I work for the University of Missouri Extension, and I always come here and talk about Choose My Plate. Last month, I hope y'all watched that, about plan, shop, and save, saving money at the grocery store. Today, we're going to move on to the food groups, which there are 5 of the food groups. The brownish orange is the grain group. A lot of people say, oh, I don't need grains, don't eat grains. Some grains, you need some grains. Whole grains is what we want to choose. Half your grains should be whole grains. When you talk about whole grains, we look at the whole grain of wheat. And you have the 3 parts, which is the bran, which is the fiber, the endosperm, which is the carbohydrates, and the germ, which is the vitamins and minerals. When we process that and come up with white bread, white noodles, we only have the carbs. So choosing whole grains is very important also. Whole grains stay with you longer. Grains are what give our body energy. They give our brain and our body energy. We need some grains. I'm not saying just eat grains all day. Most people need about 6 grains a day. Now, if your activity is a little higher, but when we talk about 6 grains, a piece of toast, a piece of bread is 1 grain. Half a cup of noodles is 1 grain. So, 6 sounds like a lot. And also, when choosing whole grains, you gotta label read though. You gotta label read. So, first I have just some generic. It's 100% whole grain bread. Whole wheat bread, it says here, we always have to check the label. Yes, ingredients. First ingredient, the main ingredient, what is most of the food is made of, is 100% whole grain wheat flour. Perfect. Okay, so then we look at something like whole grain white bread. I'm not sure how you get whole grain white bread, so look at this ingredient. Enriched wheat flour. We do not want to enrich it. That's what this is when we enrich it. Okay, how about multi-grain? Same thing. When you read the label, you think, oh, it's got all those grains. First ingredient, enriched bleached wheat flour. It's not whole grain. It's enriched and it's bleached. So if you think about it, and it says wheat bread, and it's not a whole grain, and it's brown, how to get brown, okay? So label reading. A lot of people, and these different kinds of granola bars. Oh, that's a cereal bar, a granola bar. They must be good for you, okay? Once again, we need to look at the first ingredient. Made with whole grain oats on here. Does that mean that's the main ingredient? So, and you think, oh, I can't go to the store and do that. You'll find the things that have whole grains, your favorite products. You'll like the taste better. So, just try it a couple times. This filling is high fructose corn syrup. Does anybody know what high fructose corn syrup is? Another name for sugar. So the main ingredient in this cereal bar is sugar, high fructose corn syrup. Okay, and then, oh, an energy bar. Gosh, I need an energy bar. I need energy. Evaporated cane juice syrup. Do you know what that means? Sugar. Okay, then this one, a granola bar. It says it's low fat. It's made with whole grain. It has some chocolate chips, so it can't be good for me. But what's the main ingredient? Granola. Whole grain rolled oats. Better choice. And as we talk about other labels, we talk about sugar and different names for sugar. Any drink is going to be water, the first ingredient. It makes a big difference what you mix with that water. Okay, you have a bottle of water that's just water, but you put a lot of sugar in it, the main ingredient's going to be sugar. So energy drink vitalizes your body and mind. So you think, oh, I'm going to have this and get my mind vitalized. First ingredient is water, and then sucrose, OSE, means sugar. Even the next one is glucose. So main ingredient is sugar. So that is where you're getting your energy, is from the sugar. What happens when you drink a lot of sugar? Yes, you get sudden energy, and a while later you start dragging. It just doesn't stay with you like a whole grain with vitamin water. The best place to get vitamins is through our foods. All the food groups, a majority from fruits and vegetables, but as I said, we get vitamins and minerals from grain. We get them from the dairy group. We get calcium and vitamin D, the mineral in the dairy group. A lot come from the fruits and vegetables. Plus, eating fruits and vegetables with other foods helps more of the nutrients come out. So say for breakfast, you're going to have some bran cereal, which is very high in iron, along with something with vitamin C. It pulls out more vitamin C. So you're going to have some, or even some oatmeal, which is high in iron, and you're going to put some strawberries on it, or I have a glass of 100% orange juice with it. It pulls out more vitamin C. It pulls out more iron. Where, when you drink something like a soda with that food, it takes those nutrients away. Okay? So this vitamin water, nutrient-enhanced water beverage. So is this just water? No, it is cane sugar. Once again, what's the first ingredient? Sugar. So watch those drinks, guys. And also, if you're saying vitamin water, you are any kind of vitamin water, you're not getting the fiber, you're not getting the nutrients you get in a fresh piece of fruit, okay? So, look at those different labels. So, of course, today, we're going to make a whole grain pasta salad. Some people aren't that crazy about whole grain. I find if you put the sauce with it, like this is pretty good, and I normally would I'll let it marinate a little bit, the sauce. Also, when I'm picking a sauce, you just don't want a lot of high-fat dressings like ranch, mayonnaise. We want those lower, like vegetable oil and things like that. So it called for 2 cups, but I'm going to cook the whole box. So I think that's about 4 cups, okay? So we're going to kind of double this recipe. So it called for half a pepper, but I'm going to just cut it. So there's different, whatever you have around the house. Take the peppers. So right, Christmas, you put some red and green peppers, just whatever you have. Called for a cucumber, half a cucumber, but I went ahead and just put a whole one. And with cucumber, I don't like to put it in very soon because it gets kind of slimy. So I put it in kind of at the last. And then also 2 tomatoes. So I doubled that too. Then it calls for some frozen peas. So this is kind of something handy to just have around the house. I think that's about 2 cups in there. You want to let them thaw, those peas, and that gives it some pretty color too. That's why I used a red pepper. I like red pepper. So the dressing is 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So I'm going to do 6 because I doubled it. So guys, as we're thinking about the holidays and recipes and added pounds, there's little things you can do. Like I said, use vegetable oil or olive oil, you know, use vinegar and don't use those heavy dressings like mayonnaise and salad dressing and a lot of fat calories. So you need to watch that, okay? And then this called for apple cider vinegar, which I think you could probably use about any kind of vinegar. Just a tablespoon of it. But you could use red wine, you can balsamic, whatever you have. So this is kind of something handy to just have in there. And this would be a good side dish. It's good leftover, a little bit of salt. And then it calls for some Italian seasoning. How much Italian seasoning? Half a teaspoon. So not very much, so we'll just put a teaspoon in there. Yeah, just, most of y'all, I was looking in my cabinets and I had most of these things. There's a little garlic, you could add some onions. A little pepper. It really, like I said, is you put it in the refrigerator and let it kind of soak in. Like I said, you might want to wait until the very last. It says at least an hour, but of course you can eat it like this. But you don't want those cucumbers though, they get a little slimy. So it's pretty. Sometimes what looks pretty tastes pretty too. Also, like I said, I think those using the whole grain noodles and using different herbs and spices on there. Not a lot of added salt. I've made this before. But chicken in it. Got a rotisserie chicken at the store. Chop that up in there. But I know it looks Christmassy, doesn't it? So try to get those vegetables in over Christmas. I know it's hard. We just want to eat fudge and cookies and all that. And January 1st comes, we're like, what did I do? But as I said, go to the store, look at the different things. But isn't that pretty? The red and green. I think you could add some pimentos to it, celery, carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, whatever you have, whatever you like to add to get all those vegetables in there. Okay, so as I said, make half your grains, whole grains. And try to watch those fats over the holidays as every day. Make half your plate fruits and vegetables. Think about that. Make sure you're having a vegetable every meal with your kids, like lunch and supper. You need 3 servings of vegetables, 2 of fruit. So, you know, some different things, or we can kind of use all the food, I mean vegetables with noodles, with pasta. So, good to see everybody, even though I didn't see you, you just see me. Bye-bye.